Hello, family of one. Let's get you a message. Oh my god, might be a loved ones play into the Two of Cups and the Knight of Cups. I did have a feeling it might be in regards to the love, but let's just shuffle, see what comes out. What is this that you need to know today if this message is finding you? Nine of Pentacles. Hold on. Let's take this one in as well. Okay, so Nine of Pentacles came out first, followed by the Queen of Wands and Queen of Cups. So this is not a first time, and the Sun, and the Six of Wands, and the Five of Swords. So let me just get to this energy of this Queen of Wands here, Queen of Cups, and this Nine of Pentacles. So more than likely, this message is going to be for my very passionate, loving, feminine part of the collective, the Lionesses, literally, looking at all this image. And with this Nine of Pentacles, so this is to those of you who acquired certain riches or some kind of level of independence or like a brand new realization of a self-worth as well, what's coming through. And with this Sun in here, I feel like there is a happier days ahead of you. So it feels as well having Five of Swords in here with the Six of Wands. So it feels that, this is this part of the collective of you guys who are coming from chaos, who had to, in order to arrive at the success that you are today. And success can mean many things. It doesn't have to always mean just, being financially rich. It means more in terms, because I think one of the things that is the most expensive and the most priceless in this life is peace. And so I feel like with this energy in here, this is something that is like your biggest achievement. You coming out from this chaos and coming out from there's a lot of X's. Like this is kind of very significant, I have a feeling, on these stumps. So I feel you might have had a lot of relationships as well that didn't work out, and they didn't have to be necessarily only romantic. It can refer to friendships, or even you having difficult relationships with some family members that you had to cut off from your life in order to achieve that peace. This is what's coming through. But I feel like, with the Six of Wands looking at it, you did the right thing with whatever choices you made, whatever people you decided to leave behind. It feels like, this was right decision. And I've as well feeling like, looking at this Sun here and this wand that Crow is holding, I feel this refers heavily to that power, to that realization of self-power and moving forward with full control as well, what's coming through. Knight of Wands on the bottom. So this is like the renewed passion. And I feel also this refers to a person possibly approaching your life that's going to, in many ways, reflect that amazing fire and that amazing love that you're holding within yourself. Hold on, let me just get some more cards to clarify, because I've got a couple of thoughts in my mind. Whoa. Yeah, this Knight of Wands definitely coming out. So we had the Tower and we had the Queen of Swords. So I feel, and also with this Knight of Wands on the side, so I feel a lot of you in here, my feminine specifically, you had to, with this Queen of Swords, so you had to cut something off, and also with this Tower. So this refers to you possibly destroying everything that didn't feel right for you, or like I said, this walking away element, which might have felt like a disturbance to all the people in your life. But I feel like, you are following your passion here, looking at this Knight of Wands. You are following your heart, and also like, you are very, you live with a certain amount of integrity. And like I said, there's this, having Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands, and this Queen of Swords in here. So this, I'm speaking here to somebody who is very aligned and very in tune. So I feel like, whatever experiences you had in life as well, they might have contributed to you developing those skills as well, what I'm kind of hearing. And I feel like, right now you are so much stronger and so much wiser. There's a Two of Pentacles on the bottom. So I feel this might refer to, because I feel with this Knight of Wands, because Knights are always messengers, and with Wands energy, so there's something approaching your life, or someone approaching your life, that's going to awaken certain fire, that's going to awaken certain passion. But yeah, with this Two of Pentacles, I feel like this will pose a certain choice in your life, whether you're ready to let your defenses and your guard down, or whether you're ready to, there's a Temperance as well on the bottom, whether you're ready to risk that peace that you've been building, what I'm hearing as well. A lot of you in here, and especially feminines, I mean, take it how it resonates. If you are male watching this and you feel the message is resonating, that's absolutely fine. Don't bother yourself with the genders in here. There is actually no gender in tarot. But yeah, coming back to this, so I feel with this temperance, so this is like when it comes to this peace and this contentment that you restored after a heavy period of battlefield. So it feels that, you know, there is something like I'm feeling with this Knight of Wands. So there's an arrival of like a passionate energy that's going to stir something up within you. It's going to wake up certain feelings within you. And I feel like, you know, you being in a space that you're out right now, that you worked so hard to achieve. And I feel this peace and obviously temperance confirming. So I feel like when it's Two of Pentacles, so you might feel yourself to be like, do I want to risk letting anybody into my life, even if I do love them, even if I do fancy them, or even if I feel a certain attraction or a pull? So I'm speaking here to somebody who is so comfortable and so confident in their own energy that they had to, like I say, overcome a lot to become. So I feel like this is the situation where if something comes in, if that passionate person comes in, like, you know, they will be like, do I wanna take that leap? Do I wanna bother? But let me just get more cards in regards to this new connection. Seven of Swords. And in this deck specifically, I feel this is the energy of something sneaking up on you. And like, you know, with this, so having all these other cards, because normally Seven of Swords is a card of betrayal. So in parts, I feel it might refer to, you know, the betrayal you've experienced in the past and maybe you lacking trust. But I also feel like with this Black Panther in here, so when it comes to this new lover, this new connection, this new romantic connection, this is something that's going to sneak up on you. And I feel like you will have literally nowhere to hide. There's an Eight of Swords on the bottom, following that Seven of Swords. So I feel this might refer to these blockages that you might be having around yourself when this person comes in. But more about that person. King of Pentacles, King of Swords, and Five of Pentacles is coming out here. So I feel this is this new person coming into your life, like with this Five of Pentacles. So this is somebody who I feel also comes from, I don't want to say poorer background, but somebody who also didn't have a lot in their life, and somebody who is also building themselves up, and having King of Swords and Queen of Swords. So I feel this speaks of the intellectual connection that you're going to experience with this person, and that's why it is going to feel in some way probably difficult to stay away from them, because of the conversations going to be so great with them. And having that King of Pentacles and this Five of Pentacles, so I feel this is somebody who is coming from nothing and they're building themselves up to that King of Pentacles. This might also refer to an earth sign, I'm feeling, and also we had a King of Swords, so air or earth. Previously, obviously, having Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands. So there's also, when it comes to the feminine side, air, water, and fire is quite significant in this message. Page of Wands on the bottom. So I feel this is confirms the light-hearted energy of the person coming into your life. And I feel it also refers to you needing to, or you being called to, just giving something a chance without thinking too much or without having everything figured out. Yeah, there's this Five of Wands. So I feel this refers to certain amount of struggle and that chaos that I did mention at the beginning of the message. And also we had that Five of Swords, Five of Wands, Five of Pentacles, so 555. So this is the big energy of struggle, big energy of not having things easy, having to work really hard. And I feel this might actually be something that will reflect in this new person as well. Do I see a King of Wands? And we had that Queen of Wands. So, and as I was just talking about this new person, so I feel like, you know, there will be not enough intellectual connection, but a certain, like, you know, very high level of attraction that you won't be able to miss or you won't be able to ignore. And I feel like with this energy of this fives, so this is this big overcoming and the battlefield. And I feel like when it comes to you and this new connection and that person, you're going to lower your defenses for them. And I feel it's going to happen because of the, like, genuine understanding, that, you know, they're going to genuinely understand your path and where you're coming from. And I feel having that temperance before in this tower. So I feel this speaks of like it being very important for the both of you. Something's going to shake up, but to bring with it a lot more alignment. Because I feel like, you know, whoever I'm speaking to right now, like, you know, you are the type of person who is used to doing things on their own. Like, you know, you just found it to be easy not to rely on other people. And same comes possibly very much with romance, and obviously everything that you went through before. If you might be even the type of person who stopped believing in love, or somebody who kind of, you know, doesn't satisfy themselves just with love in itself, because love isn't always enough. Most cases isn't enough. So I feel like, you know, when it comes to this person and the connection that you're going to have with them, which is going to be undeniable and is going to be quite strong. Yeah, oh my god, there's a death as well on the bottom. So with the Hierophant here, with this 10 of Swords and that death, so I feel this is the very energy of, like, you know, with the 10 of Swords, some completion of that difficult chapter, and also getting things right in your mind, and also putting the past behind. And I feel it speaks about the both of you, like, you know, you both coming from a darker place, and that's why that recognition is going to happen. But with this Hierophant and this death, I feel like, you know, there will be a certain element of this bigger transformation happening, but this transformation in a bigger sense is going to lead you to higher commitment, not just the commitment to yourselves, but also the commitment to that higher power and understanding, like, you know, of faith, of destiny. And this is exactly what's coming first, but this is what's going to happen as well. Like, you know, you're going to feel, both of you, you're going to feel that, you know, that this has been destined, like, you know, that you have not been put on each other's paths by accident. And also the way you meet them is going to be like, if you would do anything differently on that day or the day prior to meeting them, what I'm hearing as well, like, you know, you wouldn't meet. So you're going to even recognize the element, this big element of that destiny, that's going to bring you two together for the purpose of even higher growth. And there's also, for a lot of you in here, a big chance of that higher commitment, but it also comes from, like, you know, allowing things to happen, allowing things to commit. Because of higher defenses in the past that you might have had, this might not be so easy. But yeah, don't compare this person to anybody from your past, because they're going to feel completely different and they're going to add to your journey. Right, okay, I'm going to finish on that. I might do another one quickly. Yeah, love you, bye.